Mic check 1 2. It's the Y2K Collector here, just with a quick update for those of you who might be struggling to take advantage of the current buy two get one promo at GameStop. We've got about 3 days left of the promotion. Today's Thursday, and usually the sales end on Saturday at close of business. Now they may extend it for another week. I think it's double pro member week, so if you get an opportunity, if you don't get an opportunity, you might get one next week. But I know typically with the buy two get one promos, you'll only have about a week to take advantage. So I kind of wanted to just first talk about the folks that are going in store. So if you're going in store and you're trying to find games to take advantage of the deal, I would say do your best to try to hit up the stores as much as you can over these next 3 days, because people trade in games every day. People who aren't really aware of the promotions and are just trying to get rid of games, they trade in games all the time. And you might walk in right when a game is traded in. This happened to me the other night, and I was able to get a complete in-box copy of Vagrant Story on the PlayStation 1. So when you factor in the buy two get one promo, this game wound up coming out to, man, roughly like $30 for Vagrant Story, complete in box, which is actually really good for this game. I think without any promotions, I think GameStop was selling this game for like 45 or $49. So with the promotion and everything, it kind of knocked that pricing down to, well, with the pro member discount, it knocked it down to around 47, and then with the buy two get one, when you match this game up with, two other games at the same price, you're basically getting 33% off. And so that's how you kind of get down to in that $28 to $30 range for this game. And again, this was a trade-in, so it's not something that came from the factory. So it does have the collector, the 2000 collector CD, like the bonus CD with it. And then it also has the main CD there, the main game, and then it also has the manual, which is actually in really good condition. So this is actually a pretty good condition copy of Vagrant Story on the PlayStation 1. And this is a game that came in, I want to say maybe Tuesday night or Wednesday night. So um, if you're able to go to the stores, definitely go to the stores. Now, the thing that might jam you up is if you live in an area where trade-ins require a week-long trade hold or like a 2 week long trade hold, that's gonna be a bummer. And that varies from store to store. And I don't think it's based on like necessarily like the city you live in, because I'm in an area where there are multiple GameStops, and one GameStop, there's a there like you could go to one GameStop and they have a 2 week trade hold, but then you go to the next GameStop and they have no trade hold. And then you have some GameStops that do trade hold on consoles, but they don't do trade hold on video games. So thankfully, where I'm at, there's zero trade hold on video games, which means as soon as a game is traded in and processed, that GameStop can turn around and sell it to you. So that's a big part of the reason why I say it's really just like a timing and like frequency thing. And so, as many times as you can get to the store, if you're trying to build a retro collection or if you're trying to snag a deal, then I would say take advantage. It doesn't require any extra work. There's so many GameStops all over the place. There's probably a GameStop within 2 to 3 miles of where you work if you live in a major city. If you live somewhere like that's really rural and you got to drive really far to get to one, then I totally understand your plight there. But I have a solution for those of you who don't have a GameStop near you, or B, the GameStop near you just sucks, because I'm getting a lot of comments like that. And that's why I'm making this video. I'm just making it for all the comments that I'm getting from people who are like, either A, their GameStop store sucks, or B, the website isn't working for them. So when it comes to, so just to wrap up the in-store purchases, when it comes to the in-store purchases, you definitely want to try to go to the store as much as possible, at least this week, because people are going to be either trading in things during the day, or they're going to get shipments that they're probably not going to process till the end of the day, and then they'll be available and on the shelves first thing in the morning. So that's kind of how you take advantage there. Now when it comes to the website is a little different. What happens is that what I've noticed when it comes to the website, and this is my tip for those of you who either A, don't have a GameStop near you, or B, the GameStop near you just sucks and doesn't carry any retro. What I've typically seen is that GameStop will post new retro stuff to their website between like 4 a.m. to, or I'd say between like 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I guess if you're on the East Coast, that would be what, like, so between like 6 a.m. and like 9 a.m., like somewhere in that like ballpark is when I typically see a lot of retro stuff on the site, like that like gets uploaded to the site or it becomes available or things become in stock. Um, Now I'm not awake in the middle of the night checking the site to see if, they've posted, if they've uploaded anything, but I'm pretty sure that that stuff probably gets loaded up overnight, which would be like midnight or 1 a.m. New York time, and probably somewhere between like 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. New York time. And it's like the middle of the night for us here if you're on the West Coast, like where I'm at now. So overnight is when these games get loaded up, is my point. And so the earlier you can take a look at the site in the morning, if you're someone who gets up early anyway, whether it's because you got to take your kids to school or you just get up early to go to the gym or you're just like an early riser, it takes nothing to just take a couple seconds and just jump on the website and see what's available. What I typically find is that that's when I see the most amount of items posted to the site. Now, I was really upset the other day because I realized I missed out on some really heavy hitters. I'm pretty sure they uploaded the Misadventures of Tron. I think Adventures of Tron Bond on the PlayStation One. I missed that. They posted Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I missed that. They posted Cubivore. They made that available. I missed out on that. So I missed out on some really heavy hitters that were made available on the website. Now, of course, you're taking a gamble because those all could have been disc only. They could have been in rough shape. They could have been cracked. There could have been all types of stuff that could have been wrong with those games. So whoever bought them won't know until they actually get the games. But they could get lucky. The luckiest and best outcome is that all of those games come complete in box. The good thing with GameStop is that if they don't come complete in box, then you can just return it, because it didn't come in the condition that you wanted, or it's not working, or it's fake, or whatever the case may be. And that's kind of like the good thing about it, is that if it's not in the condition that you find acceptable, you can just return it. Now I have had success as lately as this morning. I was able to take advantage, and they had Def Jam Fight for New York on the PlayStation 2, so I grabbed that. They had Mega Man Legends, I grabbed that. They had Legend of Zelda Four Swords, grabbed that for the GameCube. So there were some other games that they did have available on the site, and I went and snagged them up as they became available. Because again, if you can get a free game, especially a game that's normally pretty expensive, then that's great. And the Def Jam Fight for New York was underpriced. Def Jam Fight for New York is usually somewhere between like 160 and 190. They had it there for 129, and then obviously you have all your pro member discounts, and then you get the free game, which basically the free game, when you average the free game out over the three games you're purchasing, it basically knocks 33% off the standard price of all three games. That's kind of how I look at it, and ultimately it brings Def Jam Fight for New York to under $100. So you're basically getting it for close to 50% off market value, which is a pretty good deal, especially if it comes complete and there's nothing wrong with it. Again, it's a gamble. I won't know until I actually get the game in hand and I get to see it and see if it works. But for those of you who are saying that you're struggling on the website, you can't get any games, that would be my tip to you. It's really timing, and I would try to shop the website when the least amount of people are on the website. If you try to go on the website during like normal business hours between like 8 a.m. and like 9 p.m., everybody's awake, everybody's on the website, everybody's looking, and if anything gets uploaded, it's going to be gone within seconds, like literally gone within seconds. You could see it the second you add it to your cart and you try to check out, it's no longer available because someone's gonna snag it. And I typically see that happen the most with Pokemon games, of course. So whenever there's like a Pokemon Emerald or Crystal or like especially the really rare Pokemon games, those are gone in seconds. Like those do not last at all. So if you see that, immediately add it to your cart, check out, because it'll probably be gone within seconds. So those would be my two pieces of advice. If you're going to the stores, try to up your frequency. If you live in a city where there's Game Stops near you, like I said, it takes nothing. It takes 5 minutes for you to run in and run out, see if they have anything. If you have relationships at the store, ask them if they've got anything behind the counter. Make it a quick stop and then keep going about your day. It doesn't take an hour. It doesn't mean you need to go there and get your phone out and film a YouTube video. That's why, honestly, I don't have many videos of me actually picking the games up, because I don't have the time for that. It takes too much time for you to get your phone out and try to film and do all this. No, I'm really more so interested in actually just getting the game. I'll show you guys what I pick up after I pick it up. But it doesn't need to be a long production. Just run in, see what they got, run out, and you can make that a part of your day. And if you can up your frequency, then one of two things will happen. Either A, you give yourself more chances of finding quality games that you want to add to your collection. That's one option. Or B, you might actually be there when the person who's trading these games in is there, and you might be able to bypass GameStop altogether and just buy the games directly from the seller in store. Obviously, you can't do it in the store. You'll have to take it out to the store and buy it outside the store, but you give yourself that opportunity by just being there. And that's worked out for me a bunch this year. You guys know I picked up like pretty much a $5,000 video game collection for $550 earlier this year because of that. I was just in the right place at the right time, and I got a collection of N64 games that were sealed and complete in box, along with like 4 consoles and like 2 boxes of PlayStation 1 games. So it's really timing, it's giving yourself the opportunity, and that's how you crush in store. When it comes to online, online is the same thing. Frequency, obviously, the more you check, it helps. But it's also the times that you check. You want to check either really, really late at night, like midnight and later, or you want to check really, really, really early in the morning, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. That's kind of where, you kind of give yourself the best opportunity when less people are awake and actively looking on the site. So those are just my two tips, free tips for you, that to hopefully it helps out. Again, shout out to everyone who's been messaging me about all the games that they've been picking up, all the deals that they've been getting, all the stuff that they've been finding in the store. If you've been getting good deals, shout out to you. And continue to let me know. Comment down below. Let me know if you've picked up anything cool during this time. I know once we get through this buy two get one, we probably will not see another like big promotion like this until the fall. So this is probably like the big summer promo, and then because I think they do these like once a quarter. So we probably won't see another buy two get one until like later in the year. Maybe somewhere between now and then we'll probably get like a 4 under 10 for 20, or one of those 4 for 20s, or 4 for 20, or 4 for 40 type deals. We might get one of those. Hopefully we get another buy more save more promo. I think that one was sick. And even without any of the promotions, hopefully they still continue to upload really solid titles, good games that people want to actually add and collect, and add to their collection. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. So Y2K Collector, take it easy.